the fact that we're sitting here talking about the Lakers, okay? What a game, bro. What a game. Let me check my volume real quick. Let me. The fact we sitting here talking about the Lakers, bro. I mean, what a game we just watched, man. What a show. What a show the NBA just put on for us tonight. This is the yo. I'm glad I got home. I'm glad I got home to see it, man. This was a crazy game. Had everything you could ask for. Lakers beat the Bucks 133-129 in spectacular fashion. This was a back and forth game, y'all. It went at one point the Lakers were up by 15, 16 points, bro. Bucks came back before halftime, cut the lead down to single digits, got it down less than 5 points, and next thing you know, we're in a war. This game was a war, y'all. This game was an all out war. Rebounds, Lakers only out rebounded them 44-42. Assists, Lakers out assisted them 32-29. Everything was nip and tuck. Yo, we're talking about the Los Angeles Lakers ended the game with four turnovers. Four turnovers. Yo, this was a championship level game. This was finals level intensity. The tenacity was there. Guys were locked in, bro. This was everything you could ask for. This was a great game, and I've seen a lot of great games over the years, and I've been lucky to watch the game since freaking 4 or 5 years old. This was an all-time great game. It saw, LeBron James basically get Solomon Hill again. Chris Middleton rolls over on LeBron's ankle. For a minute, you think, oh shit, there it is. And then next thing you know, they come back from commercial break, and LeBron does what he's done for most of his career. He's back like nothing happened. Now, most times you can say, oh, he's being extra, he's being dramatic. But you saw a 230-pound man land on his ankle, roll over on his ankle, and then the man continues to play. Lakers shoot 42% from the three-point line. 75% from the free throw line will work when you're shooting at volume that they did. They shot way more free throws than the Bucks did throughout most of the game. 53% from the field from both teams. Bro, this was a clean, polished game. Very few turnovers, which makes the game a lot easier to watch. Makes the game a lot easier to watch when there's not a ton of turnovers, when there's not a ton of fouls, And it was a great game. I mean, there were so many moments in this game. And to me, that's what makes a game great. How many memorable moments can you have? And even going back to AD getting his dunk blocked, and then the same type of sequence happening later on, and you see this time LeBron throws his body into Giannis, knocks him back, gives the dish off to AD, AD gets the dunk. Yo, so many memorable moments in this game that made it such a great game to be a fan of, such a great game to watch and be a part of. I mean, Giannis Antetokounmpo, 40 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 16 for 23, played 35 minutes. Oh, Drew Holiday, 28 points, 9 assists, 6 rebounds, 6 for 12 from 3 for Drew Holiday. Bro, these guys were locked in on an NBA Finals level. It doesn't matter which team you wanted to win, which team you wanted to see lose, bro. This was an easy game to watch. This was a game that you didn't leave during the commercial breaks. The NBA did a great job of not having long, drawn-out commercial breaks. They did a great job of keeping the fans in tune with to match the intensity. Even the halftime show of this game did not seem long. The halftime show of this game didn't seem long. Chris Middleton, I will say this. In his first game back, Chris Middleton's first game back after not playing for a while, bro, I'm impressed with how he fit right back in. Obviously, these guys have been together for a long time. And, you expect a Chris Middleton to fall right back into a place where, he's played for the Bucks for a long time. This nucleus has been around for a long time. So you kind of, you expect Chris Middleton to hop back in like he never left, and yo, he did. But I will say this: they depended on Chris Middleton too much because in the fourth quarter, whereas guys like Javon Carter and Grayson Allen and Drew Holiday, these other guys who've been closing while Chris Middleton's been out, those guys didn't get many touches. They relied on Giannis and Chris Middleton seemed like he ran completely out of gas. To have a guy make his season debut tonight and ask him to go out against a LeBron and AD who's cooking, a Westbrook who was taking it at him, a Patrick Beverly who seemed pretty determined to at least make some kind of footprint on the game, man. That's a lot to ask Chris Middleton. That is a lot to ask the guy, and I don't know. I feel like the Bucks could have staggered his minutes better. The Bucks could have staggered his minutes a little bit better going into the fourth quarter so that they did have their closer, because Chris Middleton is an excellent closer when you give him the proper minutes. Now, coming off of not playing since last year, not having too much of a training camp, because let me tell you, when you're dealing with a wrist injury, basketball is tough. You can't really work out. Your upper body strength is going to suffer when your wrist is hurt. Your touch is going to suffer. Your follow through, nothing is right until that wrist is all the way right. Trust me, that's something I know firsthand. You can't do much with a tough wrist injury. To ask Chris Middleton to come back and play a full load. How many minutes did Chris Middleton play? Chris Middleton played 27 minutes, bro. That's a lot. That's a lot for Chris Middleton. And you have to give Anthony Davis his flowers. The guy was insanely incredible. Obviously you always worry about AD and his health, but what he showed tonight was he can be that guy with LeBron on the court. He's still that guy. You still got to deal with him. The thing I like about AD is you don't have to necessarily force him the ball like everybody wants. Everybody kind of wants the Lakers to force AD the ball, and you don't really have to do that. When AD's motor is running high, he's going to get his hands on the ball because he's always on the offensive glass. He's always getting tip backs. He's always getting putbacks, getting dunk-ins. He's around the rim, and when he's around the rim, it's too easy for him to score, for him not to score. So, what I saw tonight was a team playing for their coach. And whenever you have a team that's playing for their coach, that is a team who can get a win. When the coach is going back to a place where he gets a tribute, okay, he goes back to Milwaukee where he won a championship, where he also played, where he sat there under the tutelage of Budenholzer, and they both grew together. You know that those players were going to play hard for Darvin Ham. And where they played hard for Darvin Ham was on defense. And the defense allowed them, obviously they gave up 129. It was an epic game. But what the defense allowed them to do was have a chance to win. Between defense and only having 4 turnovers, bro. Yo, the fact that they finished this game with 4 turnovers tells you they haven't been focused much this whole season. They haven't been focused much this whole season, man. To finish an NBA game with 4 turnovers is tough. You got guys with crazy long arms, crazy long hands. To finish a game with just 4 turnovers is insane, bro. And you're looking at a team who just showed us they were not focused at the beginning of the season at this level. This was finals level focus. At the end of the game, the Lakers could have laid down. And they could have said, well, we, moral victory, we had them. Here we go. We can't stop Giannis. They could have said all that. They made tweaks. They made adjustments. One thing I did notice was LeBron took on the challenge of Giannis at the beginning of the game. Could he stop Giannis? No. But that was a good message to the rest of his team. Like, we're going to go after this win. Obviously, Giannis, no one person is going to stop Giannis. He really just putting a guy on Giannis to lead him to the help, and hopefully take a charge, maybe a charge or two a game. Hopefully he's having a bad night from the free throw line. That's really all you can hope for when it comes to Giannis, bro. But, man, this was an epic game, bro. Instant classic. Obviously, there's other games throughout the year that kind of go down to the wire, but this game right here meant something to both teams. Really, it meant something to the Lakers for sure. The Lakers, this was a good win for them to get to 9-12, which let's see, 9-12. Yo, they're one game out of 11th place. They're only 2 games out of 8th place. They're only 3 games out of The Kings are in 6th place, and the Kings are 11-9. The West is up right now, bro. The West is tore up. They are 3 games behind the Clippers, who are in 5th place. The Clippers are freaking 13-10. Everybody's taking L's in the West. The Suns are number 1 at 15-6. Yo, you talking about they got the Wizards? They got the Wizards next. It's not. This is not. The West is up for grabs, people. At the end of the day, the West is completely up for grabs, and this game tonight was a must-win for the Lakers. This was a must-win for the Lakers. Let's look at the East. The Bucks in 2nd place. This loss right here kind of ties them puts them in a 2nd and 3rd place with the Cavs. Who the Lakers play after they play the Wizards. So by no means was this not an important game for both teams. You know that in the NBA, you don't want to let your one of your old coaches come back and beat you on your home floor. You don't want Darvin Ham to come back, get a tribute, and then beat you. And you could tell that the Lakers players, they hunkered down and they said, "We're going to get this win for you, coach. We're going to lock in for you, coach. We're not going to turn that ball over 20 times tonight, coach." You could tell LeBron James, although 12 for 27, not his usual efficiency, but he hit timely threes. He was 3 for 6 from 3. I think all them threes came in the 4th quarter, bro. All those threes came in the 4th quarter where the game was teetering. And I looked at it and I said, if somebody doesn't hit some big shots right here, the Bucks are going to win. And LeBron came down, hit 2 consecutive threes. Now, Austin Reeves, pedestrian game to have 32 minutes, 7 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. He didn't show that same confidence he showed against the lesser teams, but it wasn't really his role tonight to be a gangbuster. It wasn't really Austin Reeves' role tonight to be a gangbuster. It was his role tonight to obviously facilitate, not turn the ball over, and I think he did a pretty decent job of that. Patrick Beverley, 7 points, 2 assists, 4 rebounds, guarded Chris Middleton, guarded Drew Holiday. Those guys got off, but they expended a lot of energy. Patrick Beverley, well, he doesn't lock you down anymore. He makes it uncomfortable. He has long arms. He reaches a lot. He's in your way. When you're shooting, he's up under your feet. It takes, you got to be focused to score on Pat Bev just because he makes it awkward for people. He's not a shutdown, lockdown guy. He's a guy that's going to be pesty. He's got good footwork. He's got long arms. He has pretty good timing, and he knows how to make you work. Lonnie Walker was a 0 in the first half. Did nothing in the first half. Came through in the second half with 14 points in the second half, bro. Came through in the second half with 14 points in the second half. I believe he was 4 for 6 in the second half. Hit 2 big threes. Really showed that crazy athleticism, that crazy cockback tomahawk dunk he had. Really just it revitalized the Lakers, because the Lakers had a 16-point lead that they lost. They lost a 16-point lead. They needed some kind of spark. Darvin Ham coached his best game of the season tonight, bro. He went from Darvin scam to Darvin back ham. Darvin Christmas ham. Because I saw a lot of tweets that he made that I haven't seen him make. A lot of there was one time, I think towards the end of the third quarter, where you usually rest Anthony Davis. He usually rests LeBron, but the game kind of teetered out of their favor, and he put those boys right back in. I'm like, that's what I'm talking about, man. Fuck them rotations. He's been so stuck on keeping the rotations where they are that sometimes it's cost them leads. It's cost them games. You watch the leads dwindle because Darvin Ham has wanted to stick to a certain script with the rotations. Sometimes the games just call for it. Yo, you got to get that man back out there. So what? He just put his little warm up, cool down shirt back on. You got to put that man back out there, bro. Because when you have LeBron and AD off the bench, you're asking Russell Westbrook to create with some guys. I like the Russell Westbrook, Lonnie Walker, Troy Brown, Austin Reeves lineup. I like that lineup. I like the fact that he only gave Kendrick Nunn 2 minutes. He only gave Kendrick Nunn 2 minutes. Kendrick Nunn, it's going to take some time for Kendrick Nunn. I don't know if it's going to be on this team. Like I said before, y'all, it takes a lot to succeed under the Lakers spotlight. Kendrick Nunn spent all last season in street clothes, wearing shades, looking pretty cool on the sideline. You know, all the hype about what Kendrick Nunn could add, and if they had Kendrick Nunn. Dude didn't play for a whole year, bro. This is professional basketball. You can't sit around for a whole year not playing, watching the game, and then hop in thinking you're going to play on a LeBron James, Anthony Davis, LA Lakers spotlight and just come back and do you. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. And Kendrick Nunn has looked horrible all season. He's had decent moments every now and then, but he's a trade asset at this point. Hopefully another team kind of remembers his Miami Heat days and says, okay, we can unlock him. We can get him back to where he was, because it's not going to be on this Lakers team. Thomas Bryant, 4 minutes. I like it. I mean, he's a little undersized for Brook Lopez. He kind of had heavy feet tonight. He wasn't like above the rim much. And, you know, you want to stick with your guys. Wenyen Gabriel gave you a nice 14 minutes, 5.6 rebounds, 2 for 4, hit a 3. He stretched the floor out for you. I'm not mad at Wenyen Gabriel's game. I'm not mad at all. I can't believe Darvin Ham did exactly what he needed to do. He called the timeouts exactly when they needed to be called for once. For once. There was a moment where the 16-point lead slipped away. He called the timeout, and the Bucks at that point, they were still fighting. That's a championship team, championship nucleus. They still have most of their championship roster over there, so losing a lead to them is not, it's nothing to hang your head on. They do that night in, night out. When teams think they have the game won, Giannis is going to keep pounding. Giannis is just going to keep coming, and it's Giannis. The thing I like about Giannis, it's ugly. It's kind of predictable sometimes. It's just absolutely nothing you can do about it. Shaq didn't have the prettiest game. Wilt didn't have the prettiest game. Those guys were just completely unstoppable. Those guys were, was Kareem, same thing. Kareem was graceful with it, but you knew what was coming, bro. And there's nothing you could do about it. And Giannis gives me that same type of vibe, bro. Even though all right, he's going to go left. He's going to Euro right. You should take the charge. But then you try to take the charge. He's dunking on you while you're trying to take the charge. So you got to give Giannis his flowers, man. A lot of people have a lot of things to say about Giannis, but you got to respect that his motor is very high. Giannis is... How old is Giannis, man? Giannis he's born in 94, bro. He's not like a baby. You know what I mean? He's not a baby. Giannis ain't no baby out there. To be playing the way he plays, man, without shooting jumpers. It's hard out there to not be a jump shooter and still get these numbers, bro. You see AD got crazy numbers tonight, but AD was shooting jumpers. AD was hitting fadeaways, falling out of bounds. He knocked down, didn't he knock down a 3? Yeah, he hit 2 threes. We're talking about Giannis getting 40 off no threes. Off no threes. And the Bucks didn't shoot a lot of free throws. I think Giannis maybe shot 6 free throws. 6 or 7 free throws. And I saw a stat at one point where the Lakers were 16 for 18 from 3. And the Bucks had only shot 6 free throws. And from there, the refs were like, okay, we about to balance this out. This was looking crazy. And you could tell, like, there were times where Russ drove, AD drove, LeBron drove, and the refs was just like, nah, we can't keep doing this, man. We can't keep doing this. Tonight, Darvin Ham stuck to his guns, stuck to the guys that were productive. There were a few times where I was like, why are you putting Patrick Beverley back in? But every time he put him in, Patrick Beverley, he played good tonight. 23 minutes, 7 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. He finally hit a 3. But this Patrick Beverley starting the game out with a brick from 3, starting each quarter out, starting the second half out with a brick from 3. I don't know what Patrick Beverley's idea of him shooting a 3-pointer is, bro. He's never been a knockdown 3. He shoots contested 3s now. This was an epic game, y'all. I mean, it's what more can you say, bro? The Lakers, what more can you say? They got the Wizards. They got the Wizards in 2 days on Sunday. On Tuesday, they got the Cavs. Both winnable games. Neither one of those teams. The Cavs aren't playing great. Okay, the Cavs aren't playing great. Then they have the Raptors. The Raptors play pretty hard, man. You got to come in and beat the Raptors. That's a home game for the Raptors in the sixth. You're gonna have to beat the Raptors, and then you got to deal with Embiid. So another AD Embiid matchup. Then you got the Pistons, bro. So really, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I say they beat the Wizards. Between the Cavs and the Raptors, I'll give one. I'll go 1-1 there. How about this? Wizards win. They win against the Wizards. Let's say they win against the Cavs. Let's say they beat the Raptors. Let's say they run into some trouble against the 76ers. I think Harden will be back. I think they run into a little trouble against the 76ers. Pistons, they should win. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's say they go 4-1. And then they run up on the Celtics, bro. Celtics is going to be a tough game. Okay. It is at home. So you do give them a chance there to fight, have a fight at least. The Nuggets don't look good at all this year. That's the crazy part. The Nuggets don't look good at all. Then you're back to the Wizards. Then you have the Suns and the Kings. So I mean, from here, man, things can look up. After that, you got the Hornets. The Mavericks are 10-11. The Magic, they're 5-18. Bro. By the time you look up, by December 30th, the Lakers could be 16-12, 15-12, which would put them top tier in the top 5 in the West. I'm just saying, I don't know if that's going to happen. I'm just saying that those are things that could happen. We'll see if LeBron says anything about not playing the next game or how he recovers from that. I don't know if, he reacted like he was hurt. LeBron reacted like he was hurt. And apparently he wasn't, man. Apparently he wasn't hurt. He was writhing on the floor in pain. They go to commercial break. They come back. The nigga playing. Not just playing, but he's fully charged, ready, gung-ho, full speed ahead. So we'll see, man. Moving forward, this game right here, it forced me to go live, man. I had to say my piece about this because I've been watching a lot of NBA games this season, man, and this was a treat. This was a treat, not because it was a close game, but because of the intensity these guys were playing at. You saw Russ diving across the floor, flipping the ball up to LeBron. LeBron jumping, hurdling over a guy with the ball. The energy was crazy. And I don't know if the energy quite gets like this in crypto, just because the Bucks they're like a family over there. You know, they've been winning for some years. They don't have that animosity towards a good close game. They don't have that tension when it's a close game. When it's a close game, the Bucks fans feel like we got Giannis. You know, that's the deal with them. So even when the Lakers went up 16, the crowd was in it. The energy was still there. So great game, y'all. And yo, the Lakers play like that. If they can hone in on that energy and that effort, they can change the culture. I don't make any changes to this team right now. Like I said, I don't make any changes to the team right now. The deadline where you can start trading people that were signed over this past offseason is December 15th. By then, they would have played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more games. I'll give them all 7 games to see where we're at. I'm definitely not trading Russell Westbrook. Yo, I'm not trading Russell Westbrook, bro. I'm not trading Russell Westbrook. He's totally figured it out. He's totally made the adjustment. Maybe not personality-wise, but in his game, Russell Westbrook, 15 points, 11 assists, 7 rebounds off the bench, 6 for 11, 29 minutes. That'll work, bro. Who are you trading for that's doing better than that on a nightly basis? This is nightly. This is nightly. He's 10 assists nightly. Okay, he's 7.4 assists nightly, but since coming off the bench, I believe it's been nightly. I believe since, let's see. Yeah, he's had some 4 assists, 6 assists, 7 assists, but he had 11 assists, 12 assists, 12 assists, 10 assists, and back to 11 assists tonight. And for the most part, this man is hovering between 7 and 10 assists tonight. You cannot poo-poo that. You can't poo-poo that. For a 34-year-old that just learned, he's basically just learning how to come off the bench, man. You can't ask for better. 0 turnovers for Russell Westbrook. This ain't last year, man. Dude has to relearn the game with his new body, his new attributes, and his new role. And it seems like he's willing to do that. So, let's stay on the lookout for the Lakers. Because most 10 assist games off the bench by a Lakers since Magic Johnson. How many games did Magic Johnson come off the bench for the Lakers, y'all? Magic Johnson accomplished his feat during the 95-96 season where he briefly returned to the Lakers at their 4-year high. Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, after the age joint, he came back and came off the bench. Okay. That's true. All right, well, yep, wrap it up, man. Thanks for coming by if you did come by. If you do end up watching this, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Holla.